This full moon is happening in the sign of Taurus on October 31st. I'm going to cover the prominent astrological influences for this full moon, so stay tuned. Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Ashley for FD 1111 Ministries, home of Tarot, Bible, and Alchemy. So like I was saying before, this full moon is happening in the Venusian energy, in the Venusian capital, if you will, of Taurus. This is a throat activation that is happening. So I've been talking about spanning from the summer where we had that diamond in the rough, that diamond in the gut, and how we were bringing it up through the heart chakra, which is the heart of the lion, the courage. And now it's coming up through the voice, where we're starting to speak more of our truth even more. So let's get into a lot of the prominent energies that's happening. This full moon is happening at 8 degrees, and so 8 is the number of transformation. This is as above, so below, as within, so without. So inner transformation, transformation that's happening on the higher planes. It's so coincidental because of the fact that the sun is in the opposite sign in the 8th house, which is the sign of Scorpio. So what's up, Scorpios? Hey, I'm also a fellow Scorpio. Side note. All right, so let's keep it moving. Speaking of Scorpio, we have Mercury retrograde in your specific house, Scorpio. So this is definitely a time to speak and to speak our divine truth. In sidereal astrology, this full moon is happening in the sign of Aries. And so Aries is the emperor. And with that being said, that, you know, the symbol for Aries is the horns. And so the horns almost looks like a uni. So with the Venus activation and going off of the new moon that happened in the sign of Libra, where we had the fixed star Spica, which represents the Marys, like Mother Mary, the Virgin Mary, as well as Mary Magdalene, that star came to the forefront, and that was a lot of feminine healing energy. And we're continuing this feminine healing energy right now because of the uni is being activated. This specific deacon, going back to Taurus, is ruled by Mercury, and the card for this is the 5 of Pentacles. So overcoming obstacles. And the Emperor, think about, once again, the symbol for Aries is the ram pushing forward. So you have some type of energy that's coming through. And, you know, we know about the Mary, about the star Spica, but we also have the activation of Archangel Michael, which is represented by the star Aldebaran, which is the bull's eye. And all of this energy is coming through. So Archangel Michael also represents the Christ in some mystic sets. So we have here the mother and the child. We also have, if you want to take it from another perspective, where we have Mary Magdalene and then the Christ, the alchemical marriage. And that's the merging of divine partners, but that's also the merging of the self, the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. For my personal deck, we have divine upgrades. I've had several different clients, like over the past week, they've been telling me about angel activity. And with this holiday, a holy day, October 31st, this is a portal of where the veil is thin, where a lot of angel and spiritual activity is going to come through. So for some, it may not be even a big deal to them. They may just walk on past and, like, you know, not even see the signs and the synchronicities. They may not even be phased at all. It's almost like a whole new world that is opening up to other individuals, to some individuals. So look at this person right here, where you have like all of these symbols in the background. And this person, they're also holding like the sun in their hand. So themselves, it's like a whole new world that is being illuminated. What does the sun do? It illuminates. It shines light on. It brings it to the conscious mind. The sun represents the conscious, where they're able to see behind the veil. They're able to see the future. So this is playing off of another message that came through, not last moon message, but the one before that, where we have the 10 of Pentacles and the wise old man. So it doesn't matter about the sexual orientation, about the person. We're talking about someone that is wise, that's sitting on the outside of the gate, and they're able to see on multi-dimensions. This is that person right here, carrying over for that message. So I have that linked somewhere up here, where we have this person that can see auras, they can see spirits, they can see on multi-dimensions like past, present, and future. Okay, give me a second. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to pull some cards just yet. Actually, I think I'm going to do this deck real quick. So this full moon, first of all, it's the second full moon within this month of October. And October is the 8th month as well. So we have a lot of 8s that are happening. I did a channel message a while ago about the spirit animal of the butterfly, which I will also have linked. And with we have the Scorpio card right here again, where we have major transformation that is happening for certain select individuals of the collective. And these people that are associated with this person, so this is a select group. Okay, so this person right here, they're the anointed one. They are like the high priest, or even sometimes in actually in Kabbalistic groups, they call the emperor the Hierophant, which is the Pope. So like this is a person that has like almost like a forefront, or when I say forefront, it's like a foresight, but also forefront, like a leadership role in both the physical realms as well as the spiritual realms. They're a high rank official. And I paused because it's a dream I had last night. It was like really quick. A lot of angel activity happened last night when I was trying to sleep. My youngest son, he is the 3rd deacon Scorpio. And we both were like, he sleeps with me because he's a baby. And we both were just like in and out, in and out. I was in and out of sleep. And I seen like this, it was like a copper colored individual with a white beard. Now, it looked like a man, but however, it doesn't matter about the sex, because it matters about like the overall message. So it could be a woman, like, you know, physically or whatever, but it's talking about who is more higher in rank, a king is, than a queen, you know, technically right now. So what happened is like that this person was taking a throne, a golden throne, like they were in the clouds and they were on a golden throne, and a crown was placed upon his head. But however, it doesn't matter about, once again, if it's male or female. It talks about this person has dominant energy. They have a dominant presence. And man, I can feel it. It's like someone that's very strong. And they have like this reigning power. Like I see lightning bolts as well. But anyways, like this is that person. So these people, they see the light. They see like this light that was shining from a distance. And that draws them to this person. It's like a beacon, like a signal that was sent out. This is not part of my dream. This is just to, you know, say that. Okay, so this beacon that was sent out, like this signal. And I hear hum, like someone that's like humming, or they're meditating or something. And like these people can feel it. And they're like, oh my gosh, like I can feel something calling me. I can feel something, you know, I can feel it. And they start to migrate. It's almost like the children of Israel when they were in the desert. So we do have here the number 40. And remember, they were in the desert for 40 years. It was only supposed to be 40 days, but they were in there for 40 years. The number 40 is about purification. So these people are looking for healing. I hear also retribution. And I hear cosmic past. And so this person is humming. And they can feel it. They can feel that vibration in their gut. And it's coming up through their heart. And then they start to hum. Like like in my throat, I start touching my throat. It's like these people also start to meditate, or they start to pick up on that frequency. So they start to migrate towards this major hum. And this is completely hypothetical, okay? So this person's finding their soul family, or like being the fact that, a better way of how to explain this, that their vibration is so high on both the spiritual and the physical levels. I hear like a mirror, like, okay, so the person on the spiritual side, they have a spiritual partner on the spiritual side. It could be an archangel, it could be an angel that's, let me see how to explain this. Okay, so you have the spiritual attitude or the spiritual presence, like an angel. And then you have this person's spiritual self, and they're like communicating. And on the physical realms, that this person is downloading that information. So that person that's on the spiritual side, that's like the higher self. And they're feeding them this information. And when they receive those downloads, it's like they're raising their frequency, and they're emanating this glow to them. This glow that has a hum. And so, like these people, they feel it. So this person, they're drawing certain people to them. They're drawing their own collective to them. So look at this pyramid in the background here. And that pyramid is making reference to, if you turn it this way, that hypothetical diamond, that diamond in the rough. And also look at how these people are dressed. So this person was like that at first. They were stripped of their duties. And it's something about the cosmic past. It's something that happened maybe in their family lineage. So this person could be one of the 12 tribes. This is a high priest. This is a person that's from one of the tribe of Levi, which is, I call it the tribe of Aaron, because he was actually the first high priest. Okay, so this person is a high priest. So this could be their family lineage that's coming through, and they had to go through this circumstance. So I feel like this person could be of a melanated hue. But that's only one specific type of people. So this person, man. Okay, so this person, one person or a group of people, this represents like a small group of people, that they are of a melanated hue. So I mean like melanated hue. So their ancestors, their direct ancestors, wore what we call like the latest set of slaves. So there have been many different sets of slaves throughout history. Okay, so this specific small group of people, they are of a darker melanated hue. They could even be of mixed in with the melanated hue. And so their people, their melanated people, they can feel that person's presence, and they start to come towards them. And that's how they form their collective. Okay, so that could be like their vibe tribe. Other people, even if they aren't of melanated hue, they have this tone, this frequency that they're picking up on their ancestors, and their ancestors that came from. It could be mental bondage. It could be physical bondage. Like it just speaks to bondage altogether. Okay. Another thing too, with Saturn. So these people. That's why it feels like a couple different sets of people. So another thing about with this Saturn and with Saturn and Aquarius and Uranus. So it's like some type of spontaneous change. But I feel like something that's going to play out in 2021. But it's some type of change that's going to happen now. So I did make an announcement about a 3-day fast from the 29th to the 31st. Because remember, 31st is a very highly activated point in which the veil is thinned. And this is a good opportunity to take advantage of this energy. So I do have some notes here, like manifestation, as far as writing down your intentions. I'm gonna connect that video for it to really break it down. I'm about fasting and prayer and how to really take advantage of this energy. So these people, where we have, let me go right here. We have the Death card. But look at the way how this person is dressed. Don't this look like an angel? So the angel, like the warrior angel. And they have a book. This could be Metatron. This could also be Enoch. You know, a whole lot of angel activity. Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. Yeah, so I also feel like the certain people are going to connect with their ancestors on a deeper, higher level. They're going to find out about their family lineage. But they're not going to have to take no DNA test, man. You know, it's going to be downloaded into them. People are receiving DNA activations and codes. Let me see what the other cards we have over here. The 10 of Wands and the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups is about the past. But it's also about like soul connections. So soul family coming together. Like, where's my vibe tribe? You know, like this person figures out like their vibe tribe starts to pick up on their energy even more. This is also a card that's connected to soulmates, twin flames, divine partners, where we have the 10 of Wands. So this 10 of Wands, it feels like the 8 of Wands, like where you have those 8 wands that are coming through and raining down. I feel like this is like some type of mastery, like communication, where we have like this deep, mystic type of communication. All right, give me a second. You probably can see my little notes over there to the side. So this full moon does happen on a Saturn day, where we're talking about time and how we spend our time. What are we going to be doing with our time? This is a highly, I can't stress that enough. Like, I cannot. Where we have, for some people, it could be they have been punishing themselves. It's like being hard on themselves. And this could be on a conscious and or subconscious level, where they feel like in order for it to have peace, or in order for it to have like a good time or good fortune, lucky events, that they have to go through some type of hardness. It's like, this is the mindset. I can't just be at peace, I hear. They can't see clearly out of the smog. For some, this is about a relationship. I'm going to keep this card too, because this is my card for DNA activations. For some people, this is about, I hear karmic past. Someone forgiving someone about something that happened in this incarnation. About someone either leaving a relationship or not communicating, whatever the case may be, that someone is learning to forgive, to give the gift of forgiving to themselves. Because like, this also represents like self-betrayal, self-mutilation, where someone blames themselves a lot. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of or seen where people would take a whip and they would whip themselves, like they'll go back and forth with the whip. And it was a form of service by mutilating themselves unto a religious figure. Usually, the ones that I've seen, it was towards Christ. But I'm pretty sure it's in other religions too. And they felt like that was appeasing the Christ, felt like it was appeasing by denying themselves. So it's like someone that wants to deny themselves because they think that they will get the manifestation, that they will get the blessing, that they would be a good person, that they are being righteous. So I do have a video about righteousness, but being on the right path, not in the ego. These people are still in the ego. This person could be or these certain people I'm talking about, can be seeming to be very humble, you know, very meek, but they're in the ego, because that's the way how they get their attention, by self-sacrificing themselves, because that's their identity. So the ego is the identity. That's how they validate who they are, through that. And that has been handed down from generation, and it has been building momentum, but it's stopping. It's like a stop. With this 10 of Wands, I feel like it's like a stop, like someone put a barrier up against that. And I feel like it could be like, you know, like that's another thing about time. It's like, okay, that karmic cycle has already served its purpose. You have been punished enough, more like self-punishing enough. You have paid that karmic debt. Okay, give me a second. Let me pull a couple other cards. Going back to that uni, And I'll have that symbol, like the Aries symbol, just in case those that may not know what it looks like. But we have like the uni, where we have the two horns that are out to the side representing to the uni, excuse me. And healing, you know, one thing, some type of sexual trauma or denying of sexual, you know, we got the three of swords, like denying that self of their sexual identity. They could even feel like a little, I hear beskewed. So the skewed is like they're off, they keep on going off their path. Like they feel like, okay, all right, I'm going to finally admit the way how I feel about my sexual identity, how I feel about, or what happened to me. For some, they have been abused sexually or withheld sexually. Something about, you know, it's an imbalance in sexuality. I'm gonna put it like that because there's so many different instances. And they say, okay, I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna acknowledge what happened, or I'm gonna acknowledge the way how I feel about certain type of people. But then they feel that pressure. They feel this. They feel like the hindrance of people's judgment. They feel like, okay, maybe this is wrong. You know, this could be someone that is held in a religious mindset. And then they skew off of that path of what is really right for them specifically. And they keep skewing off, keep going off, keep going off. And I haven't posted that video. I already recorded it about, you know, with my personal struggle with depression. And then also, I think I already did record one about my sexuality. I think I did. I have like all these videos like just stored up. And I knew that it wasn't time for to publish them with a lot of activity that was happening in my chart, because people are just so judgmental. Look at that over there. It's so judgmental. And me personally, I have been through so many different activations that it doesn't bother me that much. But however, for people that may resonate with what I would be saying, that it could hurt them and hinder them from wanting to live their truth because they are so fragile. You know, I've been there, you know, I know, and I'm not going to start crying, you know, but like, I feel it, you know. Anybody need prayer? That link is right down below, okay? I know. I may not know your details, but I can feel it. Like, I can feel it, okay? But that healing is here. If you want healing, you have to take those steps, okay? You have like different people that can intercede for you, like pray for you, or if you into like having a practitioner do like a ritual, or you know, whatever the case may be, distance healing, whatever. But you still have to be open to it. You got to open yourself up to it, but you also got to do physically. Make the effort. And that's the part you cannot leave out. You cannot leave that physical effort of working through your own mess as well. Getting in there and getting dirty. I think about the prodigal son and how in the pig pen, he gotten so low that he was eating out of the pig pen when he, you know, came from like a family that had, you know, servants and stuff. And this is people that feel like this. They really come from this. They really come from royalty, but they've been treated and they feel like this. But it's time for to find that truth, you know, go on that pilgrimage. And that pilgrimage happens within, you know, digging through all of this stuff, getting in the pigsty and digging around and finding who you are. You know, don't be afraid to get dirty. If you're already in pain anyway, so you might as well go ahead and get in there and dig around and find out what is ailing you, what is hurting you, and pull that sword out, okay? So it can finally heal. Oh gosh, I can feel this so deeply. Okay, let me see where I'm supposed to go. Oh, I didn't even address this, where we have the Ten of Wands. Bam, look at that. So something could be about 23, 26. That could be somebody's age. We also have the number 10, somebody's age, and also the number 8, of course, you know, the 8th house that we're talking about. But also here about the psychic penetration, making sure that you are protecting your energy. That's why another thing about with that fast, I was saying in the other video about making sure that you be honest with yourself. Like, am I supposed to be calling in blessings, or am I supposed to be repelling and digging out those things that have been doing this, those swords? Imagine someone, they're like, they have all these knives in their heart or in their body, and then they want to go and put something else on, or go out and go do some type of physical activity, or, you know, whatever the case may be, and then they haven't solved this. All they're going to do is keep running into things that are going to drive those swords in even harder and even deeper into them, wounding themselves even more. That probably was not the best analogy, but you get what I'm saying. So those swords have to come out first before you try to enter into anything else, because you're just going to drive those swords deeper into the heart. You want to enter into a relationship, into a faithful, committed relationship, this soul tie, well-balanced relationship, but you aren't balanced, not yet. For those that may apply to, if you're still walking around in this type of energy, even pointing the finger at other people like it's their fault, and we have judgment on the bottom, I'm gonna definitely keep that card. Where we have justice and judgment paired up together. What is justful? You know, that's a matter of, actually it's really God's job to the divine, the all, you know, to judge, because God, the divine, can see on multi dimensions. It can see into the heart of that person. Imagine if someone was judging you to the degree that you're judging other people. For those that, you know, this is a specific message. How much painful would that be? You gotta, like, you have to be the observer. Observe the situation. Step outside of yourself and see the situation. Some people want to sit on the throne and then look down at other people like, oh, they're this, they're that. But however, if they were in the opposite position, they'd be doing the same thing or even worse. Okay? So God can see that on multi dimensions. Now, you know, I'm going to get to this scripture. I'm going to do a whole study on this scripture eventually. I don't know exactly when, but I will. About judge a tree by its fruit, the fruit that it bears. And so that is talking about discernment. So there's a difference between judgment, judging people, and being discerning. And that discernment that comes from the higher realms when you have been on the righteous path. The righteous path is aligning with your higher self, getting out of the ego. The ego will have you like that. The ego will have you like that. But when you align, it will have you being balanced. Look at that. Look at that scale. That scale is balanced. The heart is balanced. The scales of my eye, the heart is light as a feather. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Going from that hurt heart, that heavy heart, to the heart that is light as a feather. That people can look on the outside and say whatever they want to, but guess what? Your heart is so light because you know yourself. Know thyself. This is all about knowing the self, okay? I don't know what I'm going to title this reading at all. Okay, let me see here. Look at the clarity that's coming through. All right, so here where we have the super consciousness, or it could be even the collective consciousness. You know, even going higher than that, we can say that this is the Christ. Because remember, he ascended after the ascension. He sits at the right hand of the Father and interceding on humanity. So when the smackdown wants to happen, that with his role that also represents, he is intertwined with Archangel Michael, Metatron, and Enoch, okay? That he is there to lighten it. He is there to help remind, this is all, I don't know how deep I'm supposed to go with this, but anyway, is there to help humanity get out of this cycle of judging and cycle of wanting to like hinder people. Because the age of Pisces is like where it was a lot of this going on, where you had those witch trials, you had all that kind of stuff like that was happening. It represented from the time that he was crucified, even a little bit before that, until like around about now, where it represented the age of people suffering, like humanity suffering. But as we enter into the age of Aquarius, which I feel like we're in the age of Aquarius, that this is the information age. This is the age of the ethers, which is the spirit, which is freedom, represents the age of freedom. So going from the age of suffering to the age of freedom, and getting from underneath of that suppression. I did a video explaining that in further detail. Okay. I think I'm finished. Because it's pretty much, the spirit wants to reiterate the same point. This is like, with that number 11, once again, about that alchemical marriage, emerging. Yeah, this was not a light and fluffy message. I don't think I'm really going to ever do those type of messages again. I always say like, okay, when I get on, I may think like, oh, we're just going to talk about this. And it doesn't turn out that way. And I do whatever the Most High has me to do, So anyways, shouts out to the Patreon family. Thank you guys for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. You can find that link down below. And for those that pre-ordered the first set of the Ascended Bible Divine Guidance cards, well, you can find that link down below for the second batch. I've already sold out of that first batch. And it should be here hopefully by my birthday. All right, so let's see here. Let me pick another card. What did I say? I said that the 8 of Wands. Okay, this came out like that. And yeah, Wands. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so the Queen of Swords, and then we have, this could be Uranus as well. There's a Tower card in the reverse, and then we have, I hear for someone, it could be broken communication. Like the way of how I hear infusing. Like the way of how you've been communicating with an individual, that tie is going to be cut. So it could be someone that's been online communicating with someone that could be in a relationship where they did not know they were in a relationship, and then they're going to find out. Or it could be someone that is communicating online, and it could be someone that's being hacked. Or it could be like a certain person you were talking to, you, the viewer, have been talking to, and you may not hear from them for a while, for someone. All right. Okay. Diversity, I hear. Direct diversity. So diversity, I feel like someone could be very closed-minded in their type of mate that they want. And it's not like being, oh, I know exactly what I want. It's like this person's just like, it seems like something tied to like money or a way of how a person looks, and they've been trying to manifest a certain type of relationship, and they're wondering why haven't it happened yet. It's because you have to diversify yourself. And then, yeah, they haven't diversified. They need to like not really go looking out for somebody. Like you see this person right here, they're sitting on a throne and they're like summoning somebody. So it's like, and they have their sword, and their sword is upright, it's clear. This also looks like some type of like clarity, almost like a light bulb, like ding, like a sign will be there, and you would just feel that sign, like you would know. For whoever this may be in relation to, it's like the people will start to come into your field. They will start to come either up to you or come into your scope. You don't have to go online or go anywhere to go look for them. They will come. It will be like some type of natural type of thing. So maybe a couple different options, they may come through for somebody. Okay, so I'm cutting it off right there because it feels like It's a lot of messages that will start to come through. I don't want to make too many messages come through. But, you know, you can always do personal services down below. So, anyways, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Check out all of the information, the playlist here. I am rearranging some things around a little bit, you know. But anyways, I'll talk to you later. Peace.